What's the scariest real story you have?
When I was in college, during finals week my two best friends and I would meet up after a long night in the library to smoke pot and go our separate ways for the night. They lived on campus while I lived off. I would pick them up in my car when I got done studying and we'd park down in a large commuter parking lot overlooking a large river and woods. It was about midnight and we were doing the usual, smoking and listening to music, when we noticed a local police officer driving around with a spotlight. In this nearly empty parking lot, paranoia set in, so we put out the bowl and waited in silence for him to leave. Eventually he left and we continued on. All of a sudden, this woman came out of nowhere totally ragged and stopped in front of my car, staring into the windshield at us. Shivers went down my spine as I couldn't get over why she would have been doing that. She eventually walked away into the woods. At that point, I was ready to leave, but the one of three of us who didn't see her directly was convinced that we were just high and paranoid, so we continued to sit there. I was shaking and just felt entirely uneasy and unsafe, so I kept looking over my left shoulder behind my car. My friends were joking about how weird that was as I was just engrossed in my paranoia. I had a feeling we weren't safe. A few minutes later, I had begun to look over my shoulder less and less, but happened to look behind my car to see that same woman sprinting towards the driver's door with a knife in her hand. My sympathetic nervous system kicked in and I started the car without saying a word and booked it out of the parking lot, not stopping until I was off campus entirely. She had creeped around all the cars in the parking lot, going all the way around the perimeter to attack my car from the back. Later, we found out the police were looking for her. She had previously killed her husband and the woman he was cheating with. The police were sure she was going to try to steal my car with violent force. Hands down the scariest thing that has happened to me, my friends would agree.